No good can come from them being here, not with elections just round the corner. Might be time to take our leave. Time for all Marin ships to take their leave. Who you talking about? Teriana asked, squinting at the coast beyond the glowering statue and outside the city proper. She could make out rows and rows of white tents rising up from the sandy beaches, marking the camp of one of the Empire's legions. All across Celendor, along with most of its provinces, families were bound to deliver their second-born sons to the grounds of Campus Lessendor for legion training. Groomed for combat from early childhood, the legion's soldiers were deadly and not to be crossed under any circumstance. Yet, given their ever-presence across the east, she did not see how they were cause for comment. It was her mother's words, not the soldiers', that caused a tightening in her chest. Taking leave didn't just mean going west, it meant staying there. And that meant never seeing Lydia. Don't recall inviting you to join the conversation, Teriana's mother replied, turning her back to the wind to relight her pipe. Teriana crossed her arms. It's my business where we sail. Which was technically true. On her 17th birthday, she'd been promoted to second mate, and the ship herself was Teriana's birthright. If her mother intended to take the quintessence back through the paths, then, methinks it's self-interest and not ship's business that's brought you up here, Aunt Yetta said, interrupting Teriana's thoughts. Am I wrong? The veracity of her comment warred with Teriana's desire to know what the two had been talking about, but in the end, the former won out. Can I leave once we're docked? You a passenger? Tessia asked, lighting her pipe and blowing a smoke ring into Teriana's face, which was no small feat given the gale-force wind. We don't take passengers, Teriana replied, because no Marin ship did, but instantly regretted rising to the bait when both her mum's eyebrows cocked. That's because passengers are useless, much like you at present. Now hop to. There was no sense arguing. Her mother wasn't fond of Teriana's friendship with Lydia, whom she referred to as the child of a godless cell landlubber. And picking a fight now would only see Tessia inventing excuses to keep Teriana in the harbor until it was too late to climb the hill. Then fashioning a reason why the quintessence needed to sail at dawn, and then more reasons still why they shouldn't come back, despite Celendrial providing them more income than nearly any other harbor on Wreath. So instead, Teriana said, Aye, Captain, and went off in search of busy work. No luck? Bates' voice caught Teriana's attention as she trudged down from the quarterdeck. Her friend sat on a pile of ropes, sharpening one of his diving knives, exempt from general labor for the fact that he was God-marked. Didn't hurt that he had a wide smile that could charm anyone with eyeballs. Kicking the ropes, Teriana scowled at the approaching city. They want to go back west. Bates' dark hands stilled. Then he said, Good. Teriana aimed her next kick at his shins, but her heart wasn't in it. Anytime they were in a cell-controlled port, which was every port in the eastern half of the world, Bate had to remain on the ship. The last thing anyone needed was Bates, or any other Marin divers, Godmark being discovered. The cell were godless and bent on wiping what they referred to as paganism from the world, which meant they wouldn't understand his differences, and she didn't relish the notion of having to visit her friend in a specimen exhibit for the rest of their days. Bates' expression softened, and he shoved the knife back into the sheath strapped to his calf. If she won't let you go, Magnius and I will sneak you to shore tonight. An echo of affirmation from the quintessence's guard.